It's Luke and Naomi.
It's episode 106, Luke and Naomi on air, featuring Naomi's Under a Rock review. Welcome in.
We're here.
We are here. I'm Luke Austin. That's Naomi Lynn.
Hi.
Hello. We've got a great one. We're finishing off Kill Bill.
That's right.
No pun intended.
That's right.
How about
I
that?
didn't catch that right away.
I'm going to wrap up Kill Bill. It was pointed out to me after last episode because you thought that there were three.
Yeah, I thought
Kill
there was
Bills.
Kill Bill, Volume 1, Volume 2, and Volume 3.
I mean, in the age of trilogies, you can't be faulted for that. Again,
I don't know. I really feel like I can picture it. Volume 3. I don't know. It just makes sense to me.
I get it. But, your excuse is the whole Under a Rock thing, right?
Yes,
It's very
yes,
fitting.
absolutely.
Totally on brand. So that was excellent. But anyway, second half of Kill Bill is literally the second half. I guess Tarantino wrote this as one.
Okay.
And I can't remember how the story goes. He did it like super long on purpose so that he'd have to. I don't know. Like he knew it was going to be extra long, so he just made it, one movie in 2 volumes instead of whatever. So, does it feel like one movie to you?
Yeah. I mean, because once you see everything, it makes sense, and the first one kind of leaves you going, okay, well, there's still more to get to.
I love how different they are. So anyway, we've got a great review of Kill Bill Volume 2 coming up. Naomi's going to let us know how she felt about the wrap-up of all of that one. And that's what we do.
That's right.
I've seen a lot of movies. Naomi has not. So if you've seen Kill Bill Volume 2, relive your first watch through Naomi's eyes. If you've never seen it either, should you watch it?
I'll let you know.
Also, if you've never seen it, maybe go watch it. Hit
Yeah.
pause, watch it, and then come back and see if you agree or something
Probably
like
a good idea because there are some spoilers and some things that you just want to see for yourself for the first
that.
time.
Yeah. Unless you really don't care and want to hang out with us that bad, then that's awesome too.
Cool.
We'll totally take it. So since last episode, we haven't been doing much.
No, we've been kind of laying low, hibernating because it's February and that's what you do.
Yeah, pretty much. And it's extra cold in Wilmington, which is not what we signed up for
Yeah,
at
this has
all.
been terrible. We did have a
Complain,
beer club.
complain.
We did have beer club on Friday.
That's
Can't
right.
forget about that.
Beer
That's
Club,
always
yes.
fun.
Shout out to Kurt for hosting Beer Club. That was great.
We get to, sample a whole bunch of different beers and hang out and catch up with some friends and all of that good stuff.
It was
It's
awesome.
A nice social gathering.
Passed out a couple of Luke and Naomi on air stickers
And magnets.
and magnets, which
Yes.
if you want a sticker or a magnet, let me know.
Yeah, all you have to do is send us a message with your address, and we'll send you one.
I'll tell you
That's
what.
it. No strings attached.
You have to go to the website to do it, though.
Oh, okay.
Because check out their website.
Yeah, I've been working really hard on that.
Almost caught up, right?
Almost caught up. The good news is, if I continue working as hard as I am, by next episode, it will be caught up, which is very, very, very exciting.
That's awesome. You don't
Yeah.
have to wait, though. You can see all the awesome work Naomi's been doing for
Oh, yeah, there's
months.
a bunch of stuff up there.
months and months.
Oh, yeah.
Check all of that stuff out.
LukeandNaomi.com.
Yeah, very excited to continue to bring you that.
Make sure you send us a message. There's the About Us, there's the Contact Us section, all of that. Send us a message with your address, and we'll send you some stickers, magnets, whatever you want.
Stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what we have. Anyway, also Saturday night we watched some lady pass up $1,000 in loose quarters for
Yes.
a couple of gift cards.
Oh my gosh. So Luke's station that he works for, the cluster of stations he works for, does last prize standing, which is always so much fun to watch, even though I don't get to be a part of it, and I'm a little sad about that. But I
You get to put the board together.
I get to put the board together, so I get to relive my radio days. That
Manual
is
labor.
That's my favorite thing ever.
If you don't know what last prize standing is, we have 30 prizes potentially. We have 30 prizes, 29 players. Each player removes a prize. We end up with one prize. Then all of the 29 players, one person is picked to get the last prize standing.
Yeah, the last prize on the board is the last prize standing, which is the prize that's up for grabs. And there is some goofy stuff on this board.
Yeah, we fill it up on purpose with nutty stuff like
My favorite was the Your body weight in chicken nuggets.
That was a huge one that, it disappoints me every year that people eliminate those so fast.
That's a lot of chicken nuggets. You'd be set for years.
Because we put other mundane things up there for you to take off and whatnot. But yeah, $1,000 in chicken nuggets. That's pretty much, we would get you your weight in. I think it's up to 275.
Yeah, that's what I heard Slack saying.
And that equals $1,000, and he did all the math there.
Yeah.
Yes. So so Randy Slack, who's the host of the morning show on the station in question, Modern Rock 98.7, he came up with a whole bunch of these, and then we kind of filled in the blanks. My contribution was a smart bidet toilet.
Yes. Very fancy smancy.
If you ended up with one of those, wouldn't that be weird to win?
It would be a weird prize to win.
I went out to a brewery today, and I
won a smart bidet.
It is like a $900 toilet too,
which is crazy.
Yeah, so that was my contribution to the list. That one was eliminated early by a guy who looked very uncomfortable at the idea of a bidet.
Yeah. It was a smart choice for him to take that off the board, I think.
I think that was hilarious.
There's also the 72-pound wheel of Parmesan cheese.
Yeah, that is a perennial addition to the list. So if you're ever in the Wilmington area around February, be looking for the chance to play if you want to win that.
Yeah, it's always there. What else was there? There's like some goofy stuff. Slack would do like a stand-up show in your own home.
Yeah, Randy does stand-up, so he one of the things is, and everybody's laughing because it's Slack coming to your house, but okay, he hosts stand-up shows where he brings in very good comedians from like Raleigh and who are coming through the area. And so, he would do a minute or two, but he would bring you $1,000 worth of talented comedians.
Right. And in your own home, like that would be kind of cool.
And I
don't know. I was surprised how fast that ended up off the board.
See, I don't think we communicated that clearly enough.
But it's hard enough to try to let everyone know exactly what each prize is while you're trying to, run this contest.
That's right.
Decently fast.
We ended up coming down to $1,000 in loose quarters,
which is a phenomenal prize.
Which I was hoping for.
I wanted that. I would have taken that.
I was trying to talk the lady into it. So our final contestant had two choices.
The $1,000 of loose quarters, or like a handful of gift cards to Ulta and Home Goods and Target, I think.
The White Lady's Dream Prize is what we called it.
Yeah.
So the white lady ended up winning the White Lady's Dream Prize.
Yeah, because
I already said she passed up the $1,000 in quarters. There's
she
no suspense.
left the prize of the gift cards on the board. She took off the $1,000 in quarters, which what the heck? You can spend that $1,000 in quarters wherever you want. Plus, how much space does $1,000 in loose quarters take up? Can you imagine leaving the radio station with that? You probably need some help. And then when someone goes,
it's like 40 or 50 pounds or something like that.
Yeah, but somebody's going to ask you, what's the craziest thing you've ever won? Oh, yeah, I won $1,000 in loose quarters. Yeah. It's just a better story.
Instead, she gets, to split $1,000 between Ulta, Target, and Home Goods.
Yeah.
Good for you.
That's like 5 items. Get the heck out of here.
6 shitty pillows and some makeup.
Congratulations. I was never so disappointed.
We were trying to talk her into going with the quarters, and we almost had her until Randy told her that they were loose quarters.
Yeah, and she was done after that.
Them. It's like, no, Coinstar, man.
But yeah, so she was the last person to go. So she took the quarters off the board, so the gift cards were left. And then when they went and did the drawing with everybody's name who participated again, she was the one who was drawn, so she ended up getting exactly what she wanted.
Which is good because she didn't want $1,000 in loose quarters, so good for her. It was extra good for her that it wound up that way. And if you've ever been to a Luke and Naomi live event, we kept alive the tradition of having a small child draw the prize.
Yeah, always a good idea.
Because, that's, like you said, always a good idea. So
there would have been a fight if a child didn't draw the winner this past time, just saying.
It was weird to see her pass up the goofy prize, but just because, I don't know. I would have taken that easily.
Last year, the winner
Scrooge
won $1,000 in $1 scratch-off tickets.
That's right. And the year before, $1,000 in fried chicken.
Yeah. So they were like funny, goofy prizes. And then this was like a handful of gift cards to, like you said, White Lady's Dream. So
it was
not as fun.
It was, it was still a great time, and it was awesome.
Yeah,
Shout out to Bill's
Brewery. The event was still good.
Bill's Brewing Company here in Wilmington is amazing. They're excellent hosts. Donnie's the man. He's also a Cowboys fan, so that helps a lot too. All right. Let's get some rando facts. Your recurrent dose of Did You Know? How about that? I don't know if these are going to top last week. Last week might have been like one of the best recurrent doses of Did You Know?
Yeah,
ever.
we'll see.
We'll see. Did you know Usain Bolt? Do you know who that is?
Yeah.
He says, speaking of chicken nuggets, he says he ate about 100 McDonald's chicken McNuggets each day at the '08 Beijing Olympics. That's where he won 3 gold medals.
And he didn't get sick?
Well, that's the reason that he ate them. Because he says it was a familiar food to him and he knew his stomach could handle it.
Ah,
As
interesting.
opposed to being on the... I mean, we'll travel and try new stuff. And if we have to, we'll hole up in the hotel bathroom, But for a runner and stuff like that, he's got to be careful.
True. But I feel like the chicken nuggets would make you sick. That's a lot of McDonald's
It
chicken
is.
nuggets.
Yeah, especially 100 a day.
Yeah.
But with the metabolism like he has, they probably,
Sure.
were just gone. So did you know the first human beings were around 66 million years after the T-Rex? And the T-Rex didn't evolve until like 67 million years after early dinosaurs, which means the T-Rex was alive closer to us than it was other dinosaurs.
Yeah, I have heard that before, actually.
I'm kind of cross-eyed from that math now.
The span of like specific dinosaurs, like that timeline, is really messed up. And if you think about it too hard, it just blows your mind.
It's crazy. It's a long time.
Yeah.
Did you know a mulligan? Do you know what a mulligan is? It's a golf thing.
No.
It's a do-over.
Oh, okay.
A mulligan became known for do-over because of a guy named David Mulligan in Montreal in the 20s. The 1920s, sorry. Jeez.
Yeah, you gotta be specific now.
Wow, it is the 20s. Holy crap. He hit a bad shot and then he decided to do it over again, much like my old man. So his friends started calling that move a mulligan.
Yeah, why not?
Did you know Judge Judy debuted closer to the moon landing than to today?
It's gross. Why would you say something like that? That's horrible. I loved watching Judge Judy.
Yeah, but wait till what year did it premiere?
I don't know.
1996. Isn't that terrible? Which was 27 years after the moon landing and more than 28 years from right now.
That's what?
I love it. That's a good one, right?
That was a terrible one. No, you're done. I don't even want to hear your last random
That
fact.
hits hard. And finally, did you know Kleenex tissues were originally invented in 1924 as a way to remove makeup? But so many people actually wrote to the company to say they were using them as disposable handkerchiefs that all the marketing shifted to that by 1930.
Interesting.
Yeah, right?
Huh.
Fascinating. How things became things. On Luke and Naomi on air.
That's right.
All right, that is your recurrent dose of Did You Know? Some rando facts for episode, what is it, 106?
Yeah.
Damn.
I know.
What's the worst word that you hate?
I don't know. There's a handful of them.
Any current words that drive you nuts?
Like that I hear people say.
Yeah. Internet words, pop words,
I'm tired of hearing slay all the time. That one's kind of run
Slay
its
could
course.
definitely go away. Yeah, for sure.
I'm done
So
with that. Same with yeet. Yeet's 2024.
it
I'm
is.
done
That's
with it.
a little old. All right, so Lake Superior State has an annual list of banished words, and they've been doing this since 1940. Nope, I made that up.
Oh.
I thought it said 1949.
Liar.
It is the 49th year they've been doing it, so you do the
Okay,
math.
yeah.
That's right. So I just thought that there was a 19 there. So they have 10 words and terms that usually pop out, for let's get rid of. And here's the ones that they want us to ditch.
Is
for
slay on
2025. Slay is not on there.
What?
Well, slay is on the list from last year.
Oh. Well, it's still hanging around my
It
workplace,
just
so
won't
it gotta
die.
go.
It just won't die.
Yeah.
All right. So, period. Like, it's the best show on TV, period.
Yeah, that can go.
Do people still do that? I didn't
Yeah,
realize.
I think so.
Okay.
I don't
So,
know. I'm out of touch, man.
Let's just say I think I agree with everything on the list. I'm here
Okay.
with that. Utilize is one on the list. Again, this isn't like people voting on the internet. This is a college says we got to drop these words.
Yeah.
So they say stop trying to sound smart. Just say use.
Yeah, I guess.
I think that's how we got to the point in time where nobody spells anything correctly anymore.
I mean, it makes sense. I use utilize like in emails because
And like
it's
work,
professional.
work stuff because you're
Yeah.
trying to sound smart.
Yeah.
You could
I'm
just say
going to
use.
continue using utilize in my work emails.
You could just say use.
Nah.
100%. Like, I agree with you 100%. Been overused for way too many years.
Yeah, I guess.
We got to a point where it was just, come on.
Yeah.
Skibbity.
Yeah, that can go. That never should have began. That one is probably the top one that pisses me off the most. Stupid. Done with it. Was done with that on day one.
I barely knew about this word ever. And then okay, on here it says even Gen Alpha can't agree on what it means. Cool, bad, dumb. It can be nothing. It's just a filler word. But I mean, doesn't every generation have a word like that? I feel like we're too hard on Skibbity. Also because I just like, that hits my ear so funny. I think it's the funniest thing.
I have like the opposite effect with that. It just hits my ear so bad. I'm like,
very
stop.
rigid, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ugh. Nails on a chalkboard. Yeah.
Sorry, not sorry is the next one on the list.
That can go.
That's old. I mean, we really just beat these things to death on the internet. If you know, you know, but it's just IYKYK.
Yeah.
Pretty
I'm
much.
done with that.
Yeah, I mean, because you see these videos now, it's just like, yeah, I already knew that.
My favorite ones is when people put those letters, but they mess it up somewhere, and I'm like, you used the wrong letter there. You went a little too fast.
I love when like you see videos of people making fun of those on, like, getting them wrong on purpose. Those are great. And also the dads who do all of the talk with like their daughters in the car at the drive-thru, who use like the Skibbity and all the nonsense. That's really good.
That's great. Yeah.
Those make me laugh. Dropped, as in released, like my album just dropped. Or,
People still use that?
apparently, like for shoes and whatnot. And I still hear it around the radio station. Yeah, new song drop. But
Yeah, I don't like that.
It somehow snuck its way into the normal vernacular or something like that. I don't know why, but it did. Era?
Oh, like...
Yeah, the Taylor Swift situation.
Yeah.
Used to describe, I'm in my dumbass era.
I just saw one that said, I'm in my, what was it? Bridesmaid era, fiance era, something like that.
Yeah.
Somebody got proposed to. I was like, oh, I guess they're a Taylor Swift
You
fan.
don't want to be in a fiance era, because an era is a long-ass period of time.
Well, I have no idea.
So, 10 years. Game Changer's the next one. It's just overused. People use it too much, say things
Done with that.
aren't really a big deal. Your Slurpee at 7-Eleven is not a freaking game changer.
No, it's not.
And cringe.
Okay.
Just
Yeah.
because it's overused.
Yeah.
So saying cringe can be cringe now.
That's fine.
Like if your mom says it or something like that. So there
Sorry,
you go.
Lisa.
Yeah. Last year they had Riz, Slay, and the Side Hustle just for a couple of those.
I'm definitely done with the side hustle thing. I hate when I see that for ads for things, get your side hustle going and all of that.
Yeah, I know it.
Stop.
For many, many reasons. But yeah, that because it's dumb.
Yeah.
All right, so no words to add to that when you think that did well. Slay, but
No,
that
Slay was
covered.
the big one that I'm just done with, but apparently I was supposed to be done with that a year ago anyway.
So mine is POV on videos that are not
Okay.
from the point of view of the person.
Oh, weird.
Like that's just, they're all that way. It's like POV this, and it's happening to other people. So it's just like you're so stupid, you don't even know what you're using that for. It just drives me absolutely up the wall. Stop
Okay.
with that one.
All right.
That's what
I
we need
can't
to
say
add.
that I've seen that. So
Oh man. So we've never hit big on a lotto ticket,
no.
but if we didn't had it stolen, would you give away half of it to get it back?
Depends on how much it was worth.
So I don't know if that's quite how this went down, but this crazy story comes out of France. A man offers to split a winning lotto ticket with thieves who bought it with his stolen credit card.
Oh. Interesting. That's...
Ready for the deets?
Yep.
All right. Earlier this month, thieves stole a backpack from a dude in France, and his wallet was inside. So they went into a corner store, used his credit card, because they're idiots, to buy cigarettes and scratch-off tickets. So that's where it gets interesting, because they won a huge jackpot on one of the scratchers, worth more than 500 grand American. The cashier Says they boasted about the win and were so excited they left even without the smokes that they bought. So no one came forward with the winning ticket, which makes sense because it was bought with a stolen card.
Yep.
The thieves would essentially be turning themselves in if they tried to claim the prize. So the owner of the backpack went to the press and is offering them the deal. He says he's offering to split the winnings with them if they give back all his stuff. He declined to press charges, and he says he'd give him the other half of the jackpot. The guy had the simple explanation. He says, without me, they wouldn't have won, but without them, I wouldn't have bought this ticket on his own credit card.
That is genius.
He says, so I want to offer them to share the winnings.
That's genius. Because nobody can turn in this lottery ticket. Whoever turns it in is in trouble, even if the thieves give it to somebody else and just be like, hey, turn this in for us.
Right.
You know, it's going to be traced back. So to give it up and get $250,000, that sounds like a fair trade.
How do you...
Because otherwise you're with nothing.
I mean, they're just like street thieves probably, right? So
yeah.
It's not like, but like, would you trust it? Where do you meet up? How the hell do you pull this off? Because what if they just show up with a bat? You get the money changed in. Now they beat you up, take the. They have six guys waiting at the lotto office after you get everything, done, and then when you come out, then they jump you and take the rest of it. I've seen a lot of movies. That's all.
I was gonna say you went down a crazy road with that.
We just watched The Penguin. You know what I mean? And it seems like a penguin thing.
First, you can meet at the police station to exchange the
don't
ticket.
Don't you think the police would still want to pop the guys for thievery?
Yeah, but the guy doesn't want to press charges.
It's still illegal.
Yeah, but he's not going to press charges on them.
All right.
I don't know. I think this is a genius idea.
I don't think you get the thieves to go to the even if he says, I'm not going to press charges. Meet me at the police station.
I don't know. Meet me somewhere. I don't know. I feel like they would go for this. It's $0 or $250,000.
So
you'd go for the $250,000, would you not?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Why not?
Just saying.
On either side, honestly.
Yes.
So there's a couple of more tidbits to this story. In France or wherever they are, it says France, right?
Yeah.
People only have 30 days from the date of purchase to claim winnings.
Okay. So they better hurry up and make a decision.
Right. And so the guy who, got stolen from is working with a lawyer who tells the thieves, quote, they risk nothing by coming forward. But it is technically unclear if they would be able to take their share and just ride off into the sunset without anything happening.
Right. I don't know. I mean, I think it's worth the risk. But also, I'm not somebody who's going to be stealing somebody's crap, and then buying a bunch of lottery tickets and then winning. So I'd never be in this situation.
I mean, there is something weird about, giving $250K to people who stole your things and spent your money.
Yeah, but if that got you your items and $250,000, I'd be fine with it.
It's still unclear again if the lottery or prosecutors might argue that the ticket should be voided because now it's a circus and all of that stuff. So sadly, that'll probably be what ends up happening is that instead of, hey, you know what?
Yeah, that is probably what would happen because we can't have any fun.
It's sort of rewarding thievery too. But I'll keep an eye out if they update these.
Yes,
if they update
please.
the story, if I see any updates on that at all.
And post it on our Facebook page so people who listen to this will know what happened.
Yeah, I will.
Do I need to leave you a sticky note so you remember that?
Yeah, I was trying to think how do I remind my... Anyway, if I see it, I'll try to do it immediately. That's all.
That's what you have to do. First of all, you have to tell me immediately because I'm going to be kind of curious.
Yeah, me too. I don't know. How do you... Anyway, all right, moving on. We're going to do our question for next week right now because I know this is just going to end up being our question for next week. So, where do you brush your teeth?
That's a weird question.
It is. That's why it's going to be our question for the week.
I brush my teeth while running around the house collecting the last things I need to get to work.
Okay, so everybody kind of has a unique way of doing a lot of things, something.
Their morning routine.
Doesn't matter what it is. So random poll, I found this. I thought it was awesome. Where do you brush your teeth? Now, not surprisingly, 71% of people say they stand at the sink in front of a mirror. And apparently People think that is the correct answer, by the way. I don't know if there's an absolute correct answer.
Multitasking, guys. Use your time wisely. You can brush your teeth and collect things for heading to work and grabbing those last-minute items, putting your shoes on while you brush your teeth. I mean, there's so many things you can do.
So one of the arguments from people was that it's messy. They're like, walking around the bathroom is potentially messy enough, but walking around the whole house, because the whole house is the second answer on the list.
Yeah.
But what kind of teeth brushing are you doing where
you just leave your mouth open and let it drip?
Are you unaware that you could close your mouth around?
I will admit the electric toothbrushes that we've gotten, those I find to be a little bit more messier because I do usually get some drool going with those bad boys.
I'm still able to close my mouth around it while having the jaws open so I can brush my damn teeth. That's just the funniest thing in the world. Like, yeah, just, I don't try in the morning. Oh my God.
I don't know what people are up to,
Or at night, going to bed, you're just too tired and you're just,
See, that makes sense to me.
Just leaning over the sink, just,
yes. I'm so tired. I just don't know what I'm doing. Which then again, now that I think about it, would make sense in the morning too.
So 3% of people say they sit somewhere.
Okay. Hey, that's you.
And in addition, 3% say they sit on the toilet.
I hope that's not you. That's kind of weird.
No, but
brushing your teeth while you're on the toilet?
Yeah, there's some mechanics there that I'm not.
What happens when it's time to, well, never mind.
Maybe they just sit on the closed lid, like as a chair.
Yeah, let's go with that.
I brush my teeth in bed.
Which seems really weird, and you need to elaborate because that doesn't sound right.
So, we got the bathroom in the bedroom, so it's right there. I don't remember how it happened. I must have been hungover one morning or something like that.
Makes sense.
Was brushing my teeth. I was like, man, I'm going to sit down. So I sat down on the bed, and I was like, oh, it's so warm here. So I sort of leaned back on the pillow. And next thing I know, I got my legs covered up.
While you're brushing your teeth. You probably brush your teeth for a good 2 minutes like you're supposed to then.
Yeah. Well,
maybe even longer. Might be a good thing.
Yeah, for real. Much better now, the dental hygiene, because I have found myself, and now it's just like, it's started to become a habit where I start brushing my teeth and it's like, oh, it's right there. And I know I have the 2 minutes. So
yeah, there you go.
Hell yeah, 2 minutes back in bed, I will take it.
I know some people brush their teeth in the shower. I've gone to people's houses and they have the toothbrush and the toothpaste in the shower.
I know of some people will do that as a habit just to save the time.
Which I get, but just seems weird to me. I cannot do that.
By the way, I have also started to do this at nighttime too.
What, lay back in bed
while
you brush
nighttime
your
it would
teeth?
be brushing in front of the mirror for the most part, but recently I started going, oh yeah, I'm gonna go over there.
I'm going to go where I'm comfortable.
It's not I don't need to see what I'm doing.
No,
look
not
at my
really.
Ugly mouth open. The stupid gaping maw.
Yeah.
No, I'm in pillow time. All right. Brushing in the shower wasn't an option.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but people who multitask are big ones like that. And again, whoever wrote this is so against walking around. It says it's a lot less messy than trying to brush while walking around. How often do you make a mess? Because you do this every morning. You don't make a mess.
I don't.
You're not like just some sort of jackass who's walking around. I
don't understand.
What are people doing?
I brush my teeth for a little bit longer because the electric toothbrush, that's just
it has the 30-second intervals for each side, so it helps you get to the 2 minutes easily, right? So.
But also I'll spend too much time on one side, so I'm like, oh, it looks like I'm brushing my teeth a little bit longer.
That's good. You got to make up for.
Yeah, got to get all the teeth
and make
evenly.
Sure it's even, yeah.
Yes. So that gives me plenty of time to pack up my bag before I go to work, throw some snacks in there. Like I said, I'll put on my socks and shoes while brushing my teeth. It's fine. You can do all that stuff one-handed.
Yeah, I love the whole idea that it's universally accepted as messy by the person who wrote this, and I'm laughing at him because what the hell are you doing?
That person is ridiculous and probably did it once and had their mouth open and dripped toothpaste all over their shirt and was like, I can't believe anybody would ever do this.
Close your mouth.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Just learn to brush your teeth.
So help us with the poll. Where do you brush your teeth?
Everywhere.
Bonus points for free stickers and magnets for anybody who says that they brush their teeth in bed too.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's an interesting one.
Nobody else is going to say that.
But I'm kind of curious about those who brush their teeth on the toilet, because that one to me is probably the weirdest. That's weirder than walking around the house brushing your teeth.
I think so.
Yeah, I don't like it.
It's, it's a clean activity with a dirty activity, right? I mean, for lack of a better, so.
And it's too close to like eating on the toilet, and I think that's why it grosses me out.
I know somebody who one time told me they did that, and I was just like, what? And it's so funny.
Nope, I don't want to go there.
Yeah.
Nope.
It was like a teenager thing, but, whatever.
Just no.
All right. Last week we asked if you would drive across the bridge, the hypothetical bridge from United States to Europe.
And I responded with, are you effing crazy?
We filled in the hypotheticals with it would be about 3,100 miles long from Maine to Portugal, and it would be the equivalent of Maine to California. It would take that long. It has rest stops and gas stations and bathrooms and all of that stuff. Would you do it? The overwhelming response was hell to the no.
Which is the correct response.
I figured there'd be people that are like, yeah, why not?
That sounds horrific.
Well, except for Virgil, because Virgil's like, is there a Buc-ee's? That's probably the best response.
Let's say yes. Yes, there is one. Would you drive this bridge if there was a couple of Buc-ee's you could stop at?
His answer is also yes.
Okay.
Paul Moore is going to get
crazy.
himself stranded 12 hours into the drive. He says, how many episodes of Luke and Naomi do I have to catch up on? Otherwise, I'd fly. So we said, is that a no then? And he says, I'll tell you what, do a 12-hour live event and I'll reconsider. 12 hours is going to get you to like
the middle of the ocean.
I don't know, you can get to the quarter of the way out
the
to the
deepest part of the ocean. I don't know, the scariest part.
My mom just said nope.
That's the correct answer. Nope.
No qualifier.
You don't really need an explanation, though, to be honest with you.
Absolutely hell to the no. We got one response that said, if it wasn't built by the lowest bidder.
Oh, but it would be. Like, come on.
Does
Who's
it
putting
have
this
to be?
together is going to be like, well, we need to save money because this is going to be an expensive project.
Yeah.
And you're going to have some idiot go, I can do it for $20 million less. And they're going to be like, you're hired.
Also had Kayla who said, it depends on how high the bridge is.
Oh, that's a great question.
I don't know that it would make a difference, would it? If it's like really high up, now you're freaking high up above the ocean.
I
and
feel
it's crazy.
like bridges that are closer to the water just feel nicer.
Yeah, but
I'm more okay with
you're
that.
the one who talked about a rogue cruise ship losing power and smashing into the damn thing. Now you want it right on the water level?
Yes.
And then, rogue waves.
It doesn't matter. I'm not getting on this bridge anyways. I'm just saying, bridges that are closer to the water level, it's just a little less freaky. The bridge is 5 stories up over the water. That's kind of scary. You'll need it for the cruise ships, but
I'm not sure. There's one or the other that would make me I get more unsettled the more I think about it, because now I'm thinking about being 5 stories above the water or something like that.
That's very,
and then
very
I'm also
high up.
thinking about being right freaking there, where if the waves decide to
little
be
dolphin could
Free Willy, just hopping over.
Yep. But all it would take is like a, whale smashing into everything.
It would probably be built wide enough where you could, not walk across it in 10 minutes.
You would hope so.
But in my mind, I see a 2-laner.
But we're going to the lowest bidder here, so.
I'm seeing a 2-laner on just a dirt causeway.
Yeah, basically.
That's what my mind is showing me, and it's just freaking me out, man.
So wait, this is a no for you too?
Oh, yeah. I started this whole thing last week whenever I started talking about it, because I was talking about it on my show, my daytime show too. And it was like, the whole time I started into this was, yeah, I don't see why not. I am okay on bridges and stuff like that. You get a little nervous with the heights and things here and there. But I've always been okay with driving for sure. And the more I talked about this idea, the less and less I wanted to do it. The confidence or the willingness just leaked right out of me.
Yeah, went real downhill real fast.
Yeah, right down my leg.
Yeah, what happens when you get 5 hours in and you go, you know what, this is a bad idea. Now you gotta drive 5 hours back over that water.
Nighttime.
That's terrifying.
Nighttime over this thing, you find yourself at we're talking 3,100 miles, at least 2 days. You'd push it a little bit longer even when you're real tired. The highway hypnosis kicks in.
Yep.
Next thing you know, you just jerk the wheel and you're in the water.
Yeah. Goodbye.
Of course it's not, but like just the freaky intrusive thoughts I have just imagining this is crazy.
Yeah, because it's a horrible idea. Whoever decided to come up with this hypothetical situation.
I applaud them for the question because it's been entertaining as
I
hell
want
for
to
me.
find them and just slap them right upside the head. What the hell were you thinking when you decided to ask that question?
And then, I get freaked out at nighttime driving by the windmills.
Yeah.
Because it's like you can't see them and they're there and then you can kind of see them and just I don't know what freaks
This
me
is
out
a
about
whole ocean surrounding you.
Yeah, and that
And it's dark.
No.
No?
The
Big no?
The gargantuanness of to quote L Driver. Well, she didn't say gargantuanness. But
no, she used the word correctly.
yeah, the gargantuality of the ocean around you on a bridge like this.
Yeah.
Is just absolutely no. You can keep weighing in on this one if you want to. It's there. It's on the Facebook page.
Yeah. Weigh in if you have a yes.
Because
I need to hear why you're crazy.
I bet you like Snowman's down with it or something like that. Mr.
No
Rogers.
way. No way. Well, okay, Mr. Rogers, I can see him not caring. I think he'd be okay with
Yeah,
it.
he'd be fine.
He'd be like, so what? And if I drive off, I'll just start swimming.
Yeah, I mean,
like he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, he just has the scuba equipment in the back anyway, so he's fine.
Yeah.
It's like having a parachute in a plane.
Yeah, he's ready to go.
All right. Keep those coming if you'd like on Facebook. Luke and Naomi on air. You can drop them on this episode if you want. Doesn't matter where you want to have the discussion. We'll see it, and we'll read your answers next week to this. And don't forget to let us know where you brush your teeth.
That's right.
Is it in the bathroom? Is it in the bed?
Is it around the house?
Is it
like a
around the
normal
house?
person?
Shower?
Kitchen?
Are you one of the 3% who brushes your teeth on the toilet?
Yeah.
Let us know wherever you're listening or Luke and Naomi on air on Facebook. All right, I think that does it. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Let's get to it. Still not going to have the Kill Bill music. Don't want to piss off YouTube or anything like that.
Yeah. Or
But-
WordPress. I don't think WordPress likes it when you use music either.
Yeah, like the internets are weird.
Yeah.
It is 2025 after all. All right, it is time to get to it. Kill Bill Volume 2, the second half. I'm excited for that. I love Kill Bill. I'm a Tarantino guy. Really, I was looking forward all week to watching this and seeing how you thought about it wrapping up and the whole Pai-Mei and all that stuff. So let's have it.
All right, let's jump right into it. We pick up where we left off. The woman with no name is on her way to cross the last name
boy.
off her list. Bill. She's gonna kill Bill. And she does say that. She says, I'm gonna kill Bill.
How was it? Was that okay? Were you
Yeah, it was all right.
not the best one?
Nah, but I mean, I feel like it's kind of hard to make that a good one. Like the Green Mile, like they explain
is
to you
that your-
what the Green Mile is. That's like
That's the
peak.
pinnacle. That's
Yes.
that's the measuring stick for everything.
For the title being said in a movie, yes. So the Green Mile is very high up there.
Oh shit. Okay. All right.
Kill Bill, a little bit lower. Quite lower
How
on
about
that list.
Austin Powers?
That one's just non-existent. Let's be honest here. All right. So we go back to the killing at the wedding chapel where I thought she had died. We learn it was a wedding rehearsal, not the actual wedding. As they were making the plans, the woman with no name gets up to get some fresh air, and Bill is sitting outside. They chat. He comes in, and Arlene, as she asked Bill to call her, Arlene. I was going to be so mad if that was her real name. Because you said in the first movie that they had already mentioned her name. And I remember that the name on the marriage certificate or whatever was Arlene.
Ah.
And I was like, if her name is Arlene, I'm going to lose it. That's stupid. I'm out.
No,
I'm done. I'm
no,
going to
no.
hate the entire movie after that.
Can't go for a white lady ninja named Arlene.
No, I can't. So anyway, she says Arlene, and she asks Bill to call her that. Introduces him as her dad.
The way
which was kind of weird.
that he looks at her
Like,
when he does this little sort of chuckle, cough, throat clear thing where he's like something like that as she says, "It's my father." It's just
it was so weird. Anyways.
Perfect.
Apparently that's her dad. They go through the rehearsal one last time, and then the people she's already killed, like Cottonmouth and all those guys, they came in with machine guns and take out everyone. Everyone.
Yeah.
We see Bud and Bill talking. Bill basically saying, listen, Bleep, because we can't know her real name, is coming for revenge. Then we get to see where Bud works and how much of a screw up and crappy his life seems to be. The woman with no name shows up at his trailer. As she flings open the door to attack him, he shoots her with a shotgun and she goes flying. Oh man, was that a good scene. Boom! Did not expect him to be sitting there waiting for her like that.
It's a good surprise.
Yeah. But she can't be dead because Volume 2 just started and what the heck?
Well, there is a lot of flashbacks.
Yeah, no. She's got to get her revenge.
Flashbackery.
So we find out it's rock salt. It wasn't like the actual bullet, but it still did a bunch of damage, and she was all bloody. And she spit on him, and he spit back, and it was really gross.
Oh, he had the dip spit, too.
Yeah.
The tobacco.
Yeah, then he kicks her over, gives her a shot of something, and knocks her out. Bud calls up Elle, the lady that was pretending to be a doctor in the first segment of all this. Yeah, her name's Daryl. Crazy.
You've never seen Daryl Hannah in anything before?
I don't think so. Not that I know of.
We're gonna have to go through. I thought you may have known her from something, but okay.
But yeah, so she pretended to be the doctor in the first volume here. She says she can have the woman with no name, have her sword, for $1 million. That's what Bud tells her. And she agrees to it. Next we see Bud and his friend, I guess, digging up a grave, maybe to put the woman with no name in.
Still won't call her the bride.
No, it's the woman with no name until we hear her name. But I'm not there yet. Yep, so that's exactly what they do. They put her in a coffin, they seal up the coffin, and they bury her alive with a flashlight. But right before they close the coffin, Bud says, that's for breaking my brother's heart. So Bill's his brother.
Yep.
Did not know that until just then, and I thought, I was like, oh, wow, I found out something really crazy. Also, because earlier he had called Elle, and she was like, Bill, and Bud was like, no, wrong brother. So it's got to be a love thing. That's for breaking Bill's heart,
Sure.
Next scene, we have Bill telling some old tale, which I was pretty sure was an old tale, while there's a fire burning, and the woman with no name is listening.
The Kung Fu mystique is it's supernatural and all that stuff. So they just want you to think Pai-Mei's 1,000,000 years old.
Well, it worked. But you can tell the woman with no name, she's highly intrigued. She's enjoying her time with Bill. So, yeah, it is a love thing. Anyway, Bill sends her to Pai-Mei for training.
I mean, she says in the beginning of the first one, the baby's yours.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean it was a love thing.
Okay.
No, it's official.
Touché.
So anyways, she's sent to Pai-Mei for some training. Dude's pretty mean and insulting, but whatever. She's going to learn how to fight like a pro, even more than what she already knows, which she already knows a lot, but he's like, oh, you don't know anything.
That's right.
And then he keeps stroking his long beard. Yeah, the laughing. That really brought back memories from the shows my sister would watch all the time. She was big into those anime shows and all that.
Sure.
And it just reminds me of the things that mock those things where it's I'm going to come after you. Ha ha. You can't touch me. Ha ha.
All stolen a little bit from the old Kurosawa films and samurai movies and things like that. So,
yeah. So
that's what Tarantino's doing here is paying tribute to those things while kind of sending them up a little bit.
But it was really well done.
Oh, yeah.
Because he laughed at the right moments,
So
where it was a little over the top, but not too much that it took you out of it where you're like, okay, come on. But it was it was just good.
I like the music when her and Pai-Mei start fighting. It was really good. Cheesy 70s cereal.
See, that was the problem
music.
with that. No, it was
it was
awful.
perfect.
No.
Really, if you had seen those movies back in the day, so if you'd be like, oh, nailed it.
But I could not stand that. No.
It's so great.
I mean, at one
It's
point,
like watching Chips or some shit.
like we were talking, like doing the kung fu move and then laughing. At one point, he jumps on her sword and is balancing
Love
on
it. Oh, yeah.
Then kicks her
From here,
and
you
laughs
can
again.
get a good view of the bottom of my foot. Ha,
Yeah.
ha, ha, ha.
Now you have failed. Ha ha. You know, the whole thing. That was that entire scene, which that entire scene was shorter, and I would have been okay if it was a little longer, honestly.
You know, every time I watch that movie, and I think a lot of fans of the movie probably agree. Like, we could have taken way more Pai-Mei training scenes. Like,
yeah, there wasn't a lot of that.
But I mean, you know, you just recently watched The Karate Kid, episode 101, if anybody hasn't heard / seen that one. But that, you know, we all grew up with, a lot of people grew up with The Karate Kid and the training montages.
Yeah, you
and
have
shit
to
like
have
that.
some good training in there. This was short training.
So we want more, like, as
Yeah.
fans of that stuff. Yeah.
I would have been okay with volume 3 because we put in more training scenes. It's fine. Would have worked great. All right.
Oh, Quentin.
Get him on the phone real quick. Okay, so they show us their training. We go back to present day, and she's buried in that coffin. But we know what's going to happen.
Oh, yeah.
We know she's going to be able
Did
to
you know?
punch a hole in the wood and claw her way out. Absolutely.
What if
After
your
they
enemy's
showed
3
her.
inches in front of you?
Yes, and they showed her like punching that wall until her fingers were bleeding and busted and all that. So it was like, yeah, that's what's going to happen here. And that is exactly what she does. Then she heads to a nearby diner looking like the craziest person ever and asks for a glass of water. I mean, she's got so much dirt flying off of her when she moves. It almost looks like it's smoke.
She looked a little
But
bit
it's
like
dirt.
a ghost walking in. They show it like through the diner windows, and as she's approaching, it's like, man, that like if somebody was just glancing quickly, you might think that's a ghost. Like,
Yeah.
just crossing
But
the
then
street
like
that.
she sits down
May I please
on
have
the
glass of
stool and you hear the dirt just dropping off of her. That's very well done. It's a very well done scene.
There's always some weird levity in his movies.
Yeah.
You know, oh man, I shot Marvin in the face. And like, this is just one of those scenes where
Yep.
it's just like, it's really stupid, but it's funny, but it also is part of the story.
It
which is
fits.
just great.
Yeah, somehow it still fits. Okay, so now it's morning, and Elle has made her way over to Bud's to get the sword, drop off the money, all of that. The woman with no name has climbed up like a bunch of mountains and all of that, walked through the desert, everything to get back to Bud's house as well. She's kind of watching everything unfold
To get
here.
as long of a walking montage, you do Pai-Mei.
I know, I was kind of bummed about that.
Yeah.
Elle and Bud have their exchange. Elle gets the sword and Bud gets $1 million. But as he's going through all the money and like laughing and all of that stuff, there's a snake in the middle of all that money and it bites him multiple times.
Did you catch the name?
It was a black mamba. Yes.
Why is that significant?
Is it? Wasn't that what the woman with no names
The bride, damn it.
character code name is?
Yes. You could
Yeah.
have been calling her that this whole time. Black Mama.
Nah, I like the woman with no name. Fits.
See, I've
because she
been
has
through
no
the
name.
desert on a woman with no name.
That's weird. Stop. All right. So, Bud is dead now. He got bit by the snake. He's dead.
Bud's dead, baby.
Elle collects a bunch of the money that she was originally giving him. Bill calls her, and she blames the woman with no name for putting a snake in his trailer.
Yeah.
But then Elle takes credit for burying the woman. Excuse me. For burying Beatrix Kiddo in the grave. Finally, I have a name, and it's in the most weird way possible. Why now? Why?
I just did the beard swipe and laughed at the same time. like
Which was
Pai-Mei.
fitting, yeah, but no. This whole time, why? Why now?
I don't remember why, to be honest. I don't know if he ever said why or not, or just to mess with people.
I'm more pissed at that. Honestly, you couldn't wait just until the absolute last part of the movie? Like, why here now?
Beatrix Kiddo, here.
What the heck?
And he calls her Kiddo all throughout the movie.
Yes, so that's what you meant, that I had already heard her name, not Arlene,
Yes.
which I guess that's better.
Okay.
But still, like, the name drop here, what the heck?
So are you more mad at what the name is, or that you had to wait all the way through, or was it anticlimactic?
I think that the anticlimactic part of it. Like, why here? I don't care about the name. I mean, the name's weird, but whatever. It's not as bad as Arlene, so I'm fine with it. But here? Why?
Were you expecting it there?
No.
That's why.
I don't care. No. Pissed me right off.
Yeah, you we did not expect to get the name there, and then you do, and it's like, oh my God, that's right. I wanted to know her name.
Yeah.
I love it. It's perfect. I think if and when you watch it again, you'd be like, okay, maybe.
Whatever.
Yeah.
It's over and done with. I know her name now.
That's right.
Anyway, just as Elle is getting ready to leave the trailer, Beatrix comes in ready
Just
for
call
a
her
fight.
B if you want.
And that's exactly what we have there. Another all-out brawl. And it gets gross. And there's the eyeball. I didn't watch. Luke told me it was coming. I am proud that he told me it was coming. I did not need to see that.
It's one of the most disturbing things for me, and I knew she was not going to like that. So I was
I heard it, and
away.
that's enough.
Yeah, she heard the Foley artists were excellent with that one, too.
Anyway, obviously, Beatrix won the fight. She makes her way to Mexico to see a guy about Bill. This guy was like a father figure to him.
Bill.
I did like that character. I really did.
I would have just cut your face.
And then the girl with the cut face. Ugh, she's drooling. No. But the man draws her a map so she knows where to find him. At this point, I'm hoping he's telling the truth and this isn't some runaround because I'm ready to see how this ends.
Yeah.
Luckily, it was the truth. She comes in, Bill's place, where he's at. Bill knew she was coming. You can tell by the way everything kind of unfolds. Him and her daughter are playing, and the daughter shoots mommy, which is a crazy scene. And then just the way Bill is just so calm about everything.
It's so unsettling, isn't it?
Yeah, where it's like, she shot you, mommy. You've got to die now, you know. And it's just like, what the heck? And
it's
then
like manipulative and so just like, what the? Yeah.
Yeah, and then like they're all talking. He's making the little girl a sandwich. They're talking about life and death, and you know that's okay. And
The goldfish.
Yeah, and we're gonna put the little girl to sleep, but her and Beatrix are gonna watch a movie first. Just like, no, you guys have to battle it out. Somebody's gonna die here.
It F's you right up real good because you're ready for her to go for blood, and then it's like teddy bear.
Yes. And then they talk a lot. Bill and Beatrix talk about why she ran off. Spoiler alert, it was because she was pregnant.
Yeah. Excellent scene with her in the hotel room and the chick with the shotgun. And
yeah, congratulations.
yeah, that's just wonderful.
Yeah. Finally, as they're sitting at the table, they have their unfinished business. Quick fight, sword goes flying. Beatrix pokes her fingers into Bill's chest. I forgot what it was called. I put the 5-finger touch of death thing.
You didn't put 5-finger death punch?
I did not.
It's the 5-point palm exploding heart technique.
Okay, my bad for not remembering that, but I know what happens. So
you watched it with the closed captions on.
I know, but I don't take my notes like always in real time like that. So Pai-Mei, it was known that he knew that technique.
Yeah.
But he doesn't share that information. And as soon as the sword goes flying and Beatrix puts her fingers like towards Bill's chest, you know what's going to happen. Yeah. It all makes sense that Pai-Mei taught her this move, and she just stabbed his heart a bunch of times. And as soon as he gets up, he'll be able to take 5 steps, and then he's going to die.
Yep.
Because that's what happens, and your heart explodes and all that. And that's exactly what happens. Bill is stunned, obviously, and he should be. He gets up.
Pai-Mei taught you the 5-point palm exploding heart technique?
Yep. Why didn't you tell me? Why would she?
That's right.
You didn't tell her she had a kid that was still alive.
You didn't ask also, so there's that.
He takes 5 steps, and he dies. Beatrix takes her kid, and they start their new life. The end.
The end.
Beatrix, get out of here. They could have told me the name in the last scene. They could have just gone the entire time and I never got to know her name. I hated where they stuck it.
So what?
I can't get over that.
Was the name a letdown for you? Or is it an okay name?
It's an okay name. Again, it's way better than Arlene. If it was like Sally or something, no offense to anyone named Sally. It's just like, this is a killer. I can't see this assassin killer with a name like Sally.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And especially
Rebecca,
like everybody
you know.
else in the whole crew, they all, Vernita Green and Ren Ishii and the rest, Bud,
Yeah, Bud.
like,
And Bill.
even still, like those are like, interesting names for assassin killers. You can't have her name be like Jenny.
Yeah. It would just...
Love you, Jenny.
That would have definitely been a letdown there. It wasn't a letdown. Again, the way I found out, I'm more angry about that.
You didn't like the placement.
Nope.
I love it. I'm glad you didn't like the placement. I'm glad it surprised you and caught you off guard because it was supposed to. I mean, it
worked.
all of us off guard. I don't think anybody else was as pissed as you are, but it caught all of us off guard.
I took it personally.
I can't remember if I mentioned this last episode or not, but I don't believe I realized after watching the first movie that they didn't reveal her name.
In the first...
Yeah. I think like leaving the theater, somebody brought it up. And I was like, oh yeah, they didn't, did they? Just totally not. I didn't notice because the bride a lot in the first one.
The woman with no name.
Okay, so we've talked about the name. We've talked about the title of the movie in the movie, which is something you love, but this one isn't up there.
No, it's not up there.
Not up there at all. Okay. Well, right back to the beginning. Did you like it?
I did like it. It's a good story.
Do you like one better than the other? Do you like it overall? If like...
No, you need the whole thing.
You need the whole thing. All right,
Yeah.
That's good. That's a good answer.
I feel like, you're not going to watch just part 2. You're not going to just watch part 1. You have to sit through both of them.
You can't.
You know what I
on
feel like
purpose
watching today?
Watch just
Kill
one.
Bill Volume 2.
That's right. That's right. But we'll get to this later. What did you know about it?
Well, I knew
mean,
it was
this
the
one, right?
continuation of what I watched last week.
Hell of a lot more than you knew about the first volume.
That's right. And I knew that it ended there.
So what were your thoughts going into this one as opposed to the first one then? What were you hoping for? What were you thinking you were going to get?
I honestly thought I was going to get a longer, crazier sword battle
Oh, you thought they were going to do that again?
between Bill and Beatrix.
Like you thought you were going to get a crazy 88 super long.
No, but just the two of them. But
Okay.
a crazy long battle, especially towards the end of the movie when he mentions, hey, we can do this. I don't even know what he says, spiritual way or whatever. There's a full moon tonight, the beach and all of that stuff. And I was like, oh, that's what's going to
He
happen.
tricked you again.
Yeah, that,
Because you thought the same thing with Vernita Green in the first one.
I thought they were going to be friends.
Where they were talking about going to the baseball field and having a knife fight.
And they're going to battle it out, but everything was going to be okay in the end. I was way wrong.
All right. What surprised you? Other than
A
that?
lot.
Yeah.
The name drop surprised me. Her getting buried alive was a surprise there. Her getting shot with the shotgun was surprising. There was a lot of surprising things in this movie.
I don't think we talked about the buried alive scene enough at all. How was that for you? Was that just anxiety inducing when they're showing her in the box freaking out like she accidentally knocks the flashlight out and all of that?
Well, it was still early enough in the movie, and I know she's a badass, so I knew she was getting out. One way or another, she was getting out. I wasn't too worried about that. It was still an unsettling scene, especially when she's in there and you hear the dirt clumps.
Yeah.
And how the sound changes as there's more dirt and
for
more
real.
dirt. And it's like, it gives it a little bit more of a realistic feel. That was unsettling, but I knew she would get out.
It was really well done.
Yeah.
I mean, in theaters was extra because, you're sitting in the theater seats. You're a little bit more hemmed in, I guess.
Yes, yeah.
All of that. I don't know. Did we ask you this the first episode or the first volume? Would you have liked it more or less if you saw it when you're younger? Or is that going to change your answer after this?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was your favorite part?
Well, I mean,
Pai-Mei.
Pai-Mei was definitely up there. Like, I enjoyed those scenes and wish we had a little bit more of them. It was just, what what a weird dude.
Yeah.
You know? Definitely up there. The hotel room, like you had mentioned, when she finds out she's pregnant, and that interaction is really weird but entertaining. Quite a bunch of like small things.
Yeah.
Was really like enjoyable throughout the movie.
There are a lot of nice little gems.
Yeah, like you said, like the kind of levity that's brought there when she walks into the diner just covered in dirt and can I have a glass of water, please?
Yeah.
Like
just
what?
Folds
the
your hands
hell?
all nice and all that stuff.
Yeah. You know she's just been through some shit.
So now let's go back, and do you have a favorite part of the whole thing? 1 and 2.
I don't know. Pai-Mei's real high up there.
It is tough. Once,
I mean,
once you see two, it's like watching Kill Bill 1, like, I love this movie. It's like, oh, I can't wait to get to Pai-Mei every time.
I liked the father figure character in Mexico. I liked the character. I mean, like I like the way he talked.
Yeah, he's
very
great.
entertaining.
That accent's awesome. All right, least favorite part of 2.
Eyeball. I didn't even see it, but that noise will haunt me for the rest of my life. And I knew she was barefoot. Like, come on.
Yeah, that makes it,
That's so disgusting.
So is that your least favorite part of the whole thing overall then?
The snake biting Bud.
Yeah.
Because it happens so fast. Like, you see the snake, and you know what's going to happen, but it still happens so fast, and it just gets his face a bunch of times, and it just... gross.
Yeah.
That's up there.
Good call.
Yeah.
Good call. Would you recommend it to someone else who hasn't seen it?
Yes.
All right. Watching it again?
Yeah, I would watch this one again.
Stopping and watching it if it's on TV?
Probably.
Especially if it's Pai-Mei, right?
Yes.
Are you happy you finally saw all of Kill Bill?
I am happy.
All right. Well done. Well, thank you for watching Kill Bill, and thank you for taking the notes and letting us know what you thought about your first watch through. And thank you for listening to Naomi's Under a Rock review of Kill Bill Volume 2. We'll probably have to lighten the tone up next week. Just a little bit, you think?
So, yeah. There was a lot of blood and death and things like that.
Yeah. We're not going to go right to Inglourious Bastards, sadly.
Is that a bunch of blood and guts and stuff,
Not
too?
really, but, you know, it's more Tarantino and all of that stuff. But you do enjoy some World War II movies, so you will like Inglourious Bastards eventually.
Okay.
When we get there.
It's on the list.
It's down the road because we got to get a gap between these and that one now. So I imagine a comedy is on the way next week for sure.
We'll see. Yeah.
Depending on if we get to Sunday night, Naomi's like, nope, I'm here for some more blood. Let's go.
Yeah.
We will find out, but you'll know as soon as we know.
That's right. Are you ready for your thought of the day?
No. Thought of the day. Thought of the day. It's the thought of the day. Thought of the day.
Pulling a mulligan there?
Yeah. Let's nailed it. I love it. Well done.
I got you.
Yeah. Callback. That's what we call it in the biz.
Getting a 3 out of 5 stars is a lot better than getting a 6 out of 10.
Okay.
But if you think about it, it's the same fraction.
It is. I was trying to do that math and gave up.
And you just couldn't?
I gave up.
It's the same
1/3 of the way
fraction.
through. I gave up.
3 out of 5.
That's right.
6 out of 10. Yeah, 3 out of 5 sounds a lot better.
It does.
Yeah.
It does.
Some math for you today.
It does.
Congratulations, we all learned.
Boo.
Sorry. Luke, you gonna leave us with the laugh?
I am, but first, apologies to Brian. I forgot his bridge answer.
Shame.
Bridges, he says no heights for him. They did the Google Ferris wheel at F1, and he said when they got to the top, his girlfriend Hazel wobbled it. He said he squealed like a girl.
Oh, no.
So I get it, Brian. I can't get Naomi on the Ferris wheels either. There's a big one in Myrtle Beach that we went on, and it was a lot of fun.
I was shaking.
It was a lot of fun.
Ugh.
All right. Are you ready for these?
Yes.
Let's see here. What starts with E, ends with E, and has one letter in it?
I don't know.
An envelope.
Oh, come on.
I know.
That was dumb.
How do you make a waterbed more bouncy? Fill it with spring water.
Yeah. I knew it had something to do with springs.
Why are hairdressers always on time?
I don't know.
They know all the shortcuts. You gotta say it like that too. What do you call a belt with a clock on it? I said clock.
Okay. I don't know.
A waste of time. Why was the bed wearing a disguise?
I don't know.
It was undercovers.
Those were so bad.
Sort of
All
like
of
me
those.
and brushing my teeth.
That's right.
Under the covers.
Under the covers. Oh, that's terrible.
Especially when it's cold.
Yeah.
All right. I think that's going to wrap it up unless I
It
forget
has to.
anybody else's comments.
Let's go.
That's
Let's
gonna
wrap
do
that
it
up.
for episode 106. Thanks for hanging out with us. If it's one episode, if it's all the episodes, we love you. We appreciate you. We will be back for 107
Next week?
next week.
Yeah.
Nothing in between.
Nope.
All right, sounds good. And can't wait to find out what we're going to watch then because I usually enjoy them.
Yeah, they're good movies.
I always
For the
enjoy
most
them.
part.
I always enjoy them. I usually pick the movies. So,
Yeah.
so there you go. Don't forget LukeandNaomi.com. Luke and Naomi on air on Facebook, YouTube, and everywhere else. Check us out. Subscribe on the YouTube if you haven't yet. Shoot us those messages on the .com. We'll get you a sticker if you want one. And I think that's it. We will talk to you.
Subscribe to the website as well.
Oh, you can do that too. Please
Yes.
do that. We would definitely love that. No, Brian does that because that's where he started sending us all his
Yes.
messages, which we love it. Thank you, Brian, for hitting up the website. Appreciate it. Lots of stuff coming there soon. By the time you check it out, we'll have even more.
Yep.
All right. Have some fun this week and be excellent to each other.
Love you. Bye.